Hello there, my name is Brother Sean, or also known as Father Ted to his friends. It's a heart reflection, a few words to share with you about the word surrender. Surrender versus or equals control, is that true? Well, let me share with you. Back in December 1968, when I was being received as a professed nursing monk, in the monastic community where I'd already done my novitiate 3 years training, we were told that we had to surrender everything to God. And we did. But I felt an undercurrent of fear, of handing over my life to the order, to the church, to God. But as a young man, I didn't have the same understanding I have today. But I always had this fear of the word surrendering to someone or something. And interestingly, throughout my nursing career of 38 years, and then latterly in my pastoral ministry as an enclosed monk, I meet many beautiful people who come to the door or make an appointment to come and see me, and even emails and Skype sessions that I have with clients where they know in their heart they're being guided to surrender their fear, their worries, their anxieties, whatever ails them, to God. Not the punitive God of the Old Testament, but a loving God. And they have this mindset like me, or I did have, of handing over control. But I realize today that the word surrender isn't really the right word. I don't think there is such a word to replace it, but I'll have a go, of allowing God free access to my heart. That, I think, is the nearest word I can come up with. But what does surrendering really mean? Does it mean handing away your life? Like when you get married, you surrender your life to your partner, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer. And in some marriages, they can be quite brutal and violent. And some can be very loving and trusting and wholesome. For me, the word surrender doesn't mean giving away control of my life. It means inviting a loving God into my life. I don't mean as a born-again, Bible-bashing Catholic Christian, but as an ordinary human being, by inviting the Christ, the cosmic Christ, and the divine feminine into my life, to guide me, to protect me, to nurture me, to help me when I'm down, to strengthen me when I'm weak and vulnerable, and to show me the way when I'm really despondent, or where I've been let down by well-meaning friends, where confidences have been abused. So surrender isn't about giving away your power. It's about inviting the divine, the supreme, the creator into your heart. A heart that is your teacher. Your heart is the gateway to your higher self. And as you know, your higher self is the gateway to God, to nirvana, to that profound inner peace that awaits each one of us. So handing over is not giving away anything. It's an invitation of you using your gift of free will to invite, to invoke, and to call upon a beloved God into your heart. It doesn't mean that you're converting to a religion or a dogma or fear. It's about embracing love. And the moment you invite the divine into your life, then something truly amazing happens. A peace comes over you. A peace this world does not understand. It's an intuitive feeling of acceptance, that you're accepted for who you are, be you able-bodied or disabled, be you black or white, be you gay or straight, be you a drug addict, a prostitute, a sex worker. They're labels. If we come as we are, in our woundedness, in our brokenness, in our vulnerabilities, we offer our availability to the Supreme and say, come in, show me, guide me. And that love affair that is nurtured through periods of silence, the language of love, then you realize you've not given away your power. You've actually gained an insurmountable essence of divine love. You've actually become reawakened to who you are, a co-creator of God, a child of the light who is loved, carved in the palm of God's hand, created in the image and likeness of the beloved. What's that saying to your heart? Is it dispelling any fears that you might have had about the word surrender? I surrender. I surrender all that I am to love, to the love of the divine. And when I surrender my love, I am not giving away my power or the control of my life, because I'm inviting the divine in. And in that invitation, obviously my heart is surrendering to that love. Let me read this to you from I Am With You, personal thoughts and reflections from the mouth of the Cosmic Christ. Beautiful. My child, learn acceptance. So often you will be disappointed when the seemingly wrong person meets with you rather than the one you had hoped for. You must see that person you met was the right person for that moment. When things planned seemed unduly delayed or fall into place in what seems to be the wrong order, see again my overruling. Completely trusting me, you can expect a perfect attention to detail concerning places and times. Delay and uncertainty are of my ordering and ordaining to develop trust and reliance upon my wisdom. Thank me for those inconvenient or seemingly unproductive meetings. Thank me for the delays after surrendering to me. Surrendering to me. See how the things which you and I desire occur at the most appropriate stages of your very existence. Acceptance and gratitude will make my activity very clear to you. Whatever comes to you as you live quietly and obediently is right and is blessed by me. And Joshua from the Old Testament Bible, chapter 1 verse 5 has the final word. I will not fail you. I will not fail you. So today, if you're starting off on your journey as a pilgrim seeking wellness and wholeness, remember you've been given a very precious gift. Oh yes, the gift of free will. You can choose, as many do. You can choose to invite, invoke, and call upon the light of the cosmic Christ and the divine feminine to come into your heart, into your life. Or you can say, not for me, and walk away like so many do. But I give you my word. I give you my truth. The moment you invite the cosmic Christ into your heart is a moment that you will never ever forget. Ever. It's a moment that enriches you as a child of God. It reawakens you to look at life from a different perspective, to look at yourself through the eyes of love, rather than through the eyes of self-criticism and the eyes of hate. How many times have we, you and me, criticized ourselves, looked in the mirror and thought, oh, I don't like that face, I'm going to have something done with it. You read of people spending thousands of pounds on reconstruction surgery to make themselves look like some film star. Why? Why can't we just bless our bags and the bits that are hanging loose? Why can't we just accept ourselves for who we are, instead of always trying to be someone we're not? I guess I've done that. But now I've come to a place where, for the first time in my life, I'm beginning to love myself, which is something I could never do because I hated myself. I never felt good enough. I guess it was because of the career I'd chosen, or was chosen for me, nursing, where you were always put down. And even in the monastery, if your face didn't fit, you got it. You were pleasing all the time, a person pleaser. I'm sure I was the world's great rescuer. And then mental illness hit me really badly through a prescribed drug, Prozac, 18 years ago, where a dear friend of mine was dying and I just couldn't cope. And I was a senior nurse in palliative care. And it took a lot of courage after 3 months to go and speak to my GP, who was a dear friend, and say, I need help. I found that really difficult. I need help. The arrogance of me. What an arrogant man I was. But my breakdown was my breakthrough. And I don't whinge and moan about the days when I want to stay in bed and feeling sorry for myself. I just bless them, get up, dust myself down with God's blessing, and just say, look, I'm not in a good place. I'm struggling. I've surrendered my heart to you in love. I need your help. And something happens during the day. When I come to end the day, I review the day, and I'm aware that when I was feeling at my most vulnerable, the phone would ring, and it would be a friend. And just listening to them, it took my mind off me. Has that ever happened to you? So let us recap. Surrendering your heart to God is about you inviting the divine into your life. It's about you using your gift of free will. And it's not about you giving away your power or control of your life. But the moment you invite, invoke, and call upon the Supreme, the I Am Presence, to come into your life, when you experience that profound, intense love of her, it's like a spiritual orgasm. Forgive me, but it's true. It's a mystical love. And it's only natural that you want to surrender everything to that love, because it's selfless love. It's respectful love. But it's a disciplined love. No regrets. So let us just close our eyes and just for a moment come to a place where we feel safe and loved. And allow me to say this little prayer with you. Father, Mother God, though we may have fallen down many times, I know I have, and we've struggled to get up again, you always bring someone into our life who helps us to get up again. Give to each one of us clarity so that we fully understand the meaning of the word surrendering one's heart to the beloved, to God. Dispel the fears, the anxieties and the tensions, and allow us just to experience your gentleness, your compassion, and all-embracing love. Help us to take heart that you didn't come to save the righteous. You didn't come to feed the egos of the academics. You came for ordinary people like me. And you came to show us a different way and an alternative lifestyle that is holistic, that is all-encompassing, a lifestyle rooted in love. Bless all of us here, and whoever watches this recording, Lord Christ, I place my hands towards the camera and I ask you to touch their heart and to fill their heart with a profound blessing, a blessing of their soul. And as I look into the camera, Lord Christ, I ask you to transmute that love that I have for you and you for me, and together let us release it using modern technology to touch the hearts of those who are willing to invite you in and then surrender to your love. Amen. Namaste. Shalom. Inshallah Paxet Bonum Om Shanti. Solo de Caritas. Salam Alaikum. And may the peace of your God Goddess reawaken in your heart that cry in the wilderness is now being heard, and allow the spirit of life to empower you. Ask for divine love to come into your heart and experience mystical intimacy, dispelling all fear and allowing you embrace abundant love, abundant living as a beloved of God. Please pray for me and thank you. Thank you for giving up your time.